Everybody asks me about Maria Mercedes. Oh Lord, I'm missing the ladies over there for you guys, but I'm just so excited I got my little girl. A little bit of drama as usual, but when you deal with baby mamas, there's always drama. I'm just so thankful that they brought her up here and that I get to see my little girl. So everything is wonderful. Just look around the nightlife, Barrio Barreto, not much happening tonight. It's just a rainy Sunday night. Everybody wants me to do night shots of Barrio Barreto and party scene tonight, but just not hanging out late much these days. Yeah, it's just been a roller coaster ride for me today. I've been waiting on them all day to bring her up here. You know, no real communication all day long, so I figured it was a bust. You know, been dressed and ready all day, just on standby. And, you know, it gets bedtime, so you just gotta give up. Just kinda give up and get ready for bed and say, you know what, it wasn't gonna happen. And then out of the blue, you get a phone call and they're like, hey, we're 10 miles down the road, or, you know, 10 clicks down the road. You know, you're so excited, you gotta get back dressed, get a back up out of bed, and go face the drama. But it, you know, a woman scorned, they always want their 5 minutes of fame. You know, that's just the way it is. They always want their 5 minutes of fame and yakking you and getting the attention, and really what do they want from you? Just money. They want their 5 minutes to yak your ass and cause you problems, and they want money. Once you start pulling out the Benjamins, or over here it's the blue 1,000 peso equivalent to $20 bills, and all of a sudden it starts calming shit down. Funny how that works. Does the drama kill me, or is it what keeps me young? Pirate looking at 50, here I am in the middle of a rainy ass night in the Philippines, riding a tricycle, listening to drama from a baby's mama. I wouldn't have it any other way. My kids are the best thing that's ever happened to me. All of them, each of them. I'm digging this dude's trike. He's got a little blue mood light on there. Love it. Shit, they cleaned me out. I barely got enough money to pay my trike driver. Shit happens. Thanks for joining me. This ain't no Condé Nast show. It's a real mother life, my friends. You want Johnny? Folks, I'm just chilling here with Maria Mercedes. You want? Okay, I'll get Johnny. Yes, Papa. She said, since when she was so little, she would say, you know, Johnny, ha ha ha. So what's it called? Coco Melon, Johnny, yes, Papa. Okay, it's coming right up. It's a little slow here. There you go, right there. The parents version or the Coco Melon. I'm not sure which version. Oh, the 40-minute version. The other was only 3 minutes. Now, folks, if you got kids these days, if you got children these days, there is a good chance that you are watching Coco Melon. I guess it started out being ABC Kids TV, and now it's Coco Melon. Forrest G loves his Coco Melon. If you try to put on any other video, he's not interested. He'll throw a fit. And I thought it was just him, but the neighbor kid is the same way. He watches Coco Melon non-stop. If they stop letting him watch Coco Melon, he throws a big fit, and he won't watch any other video. You can put on anything from Disney to now there was a short time when Forrest G watched Dave and Ava, but that was a quick, you know, like a fad that passed. But Coco Melon is like the #1 thing that these kids watch these days. Now, I like watching Miss Appleberry. I'm just kidding. I'm messing with Fatima. I'm like, damn, look at that Miss Appleberry. She's beautiful, you know. It's the teacher. She's probably like, I don't know, 25-year-old, you know, kind of dark skin with long hair. I always mess with Fatima. I'm like, look at Miss Appleberry. She's gained weight. She's lost weight. Whatever. Anyhow, folks, life is good for me. Life is absolutely wonderful for me right now. Maybe I'll include that footage from the trike, but late Sunday night. Sweetie, this is Johnny, ha ha ha. Let me do the quick version here. Alright, here. Alright, straight up. Alright, we'll do Johnny, yes, Papa. Okay, here it goes right here. It's Johnny, I promise. Yeah, so anyhow, I'll include some of that footage from the trike, I guess. You know, folks, I share a lot of what's going on in my life here. You know, basically that's what this channel is about. It's just my life. It's my travels, my life, my interests, my likes, my dislikes of life living on the overstate road. You know, living outside my quote unquote home country. You know, I really consider myself a current resident of planet Earth and a citizen of nowhere, because we're all on the same rock that orbits the sun. Currently, we can't get off. There's only a few people that can get to the International Space Station. And so we all live on this rock, regardless of what imaginary line is drawn on a map or what your language or culture is. You know, I didn't mean to open up a can of worms about that. I'm just trying to tell you, I'm just on an upbeat, just high on life right now. Now, obviously, I don't share everything, but everybody knows I call it a dispute, you know, about my little girl. And this ain't nothing new. I've been through divorces, custody battles. I've been through it all. I'm a pirate looking at 50. So this game ain't new to me. It ain't new to me. Okay. If you have children and you split up as parents, there's a chance that you're going to be involved in an ongoing dispute with your ex-spouse, baby mama, whoever it is. And that's just fact. That's part of life. It's part of life's ups and downs, highs and lows, the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat, all of those cliche sayings. So that's what I've shared with you. I haven't seen my little girl since, I guess it was November, late November. So figure about 8 months. And she's here now with me. I'll just focus on the positive. You know, it was a roller coaster ride on Sunday, waiting for them to call. I didn't think they were coming. I actually just got undressed, got ready for bed, and just chalked it up as another one of those things. You know, in life, what's the saying? You know, hope for the best and expect the worst, or expect nothing. Hope for the best, and you're never disappointed, right? I'm an optimist, but I'm also a realist. I mean, I was up all day waiting for a call, waiting for a text to say, hey, we're bringing your little girl. You know, I got a shower, I got dressed, I even had my damn shoes on, I was ready. Call never came, so, you know, when it's bedtime, what do? Just get ready for bed. Keep the phone by your ear in case something changes. I was getting ready for bed.
Mama.
You want some mama? Okay, sweetie, hold on. Folks, I gotta get her some mama. Hold on.
Mama.
Mama? I think that's water. You want water or some juice? Okay, sweetie. Okay. All right. That's all you wanted? She wanted a big old glass of water. But she just had a sip. I guess you just wanted to wet your whistle. She finished up a juice box and then wanted some mom. Luckily, I understand what mom is water. I don't know if that's well, it's Tagalog, I guess. You want some more? No, she just wanted to wet her whistle. So anyhow, she had lost my train of thought. I was talking about life's ups and downs. And anyhow, I got ready for bed and then, get a call. Hey, we're 10 minutes away. And it's just one of them things. There's no, this ain't nothing new to me. There typically is no common courtesy or professional courtesy, common courtesy, human decency. You know how much a text costs here if you don't have load in the Philippines? What is it, 1 peso? What's that, 2 pennies? 1 peso is 2 pennies, I think it is. I mean, a text to say, hey, I'll be there around 10 o'clock tonight. The peso, right? And then you say, hey, we're leaving now. That's 2 pesos. Hey, we're about an hour out. You know what, like common courtesy, like basically 20 cents in communications. It just don't happen. It don't happen. I just sit on pins and needles all day, praying, hoping, just trying to be optimistic that, I'm going to get to see my little girl. And, I'm hardened to it because I've been shot down, I've been let down, I've been disappointed so many times in my life with baby mama drama that I know not to get upset. Even though I'm disappointed, don't shed a tear, don't get upset, just go to bed. There's nothing you can do about it at that moment. And that comes with wisdom. When you're young, you think things are devastating and you end up doing stupid shit. But as you age, you just realize 10 o'clock at night, it's raining, it's coming a damn monsoon. Ain't nothing I can do. What can you do? Go in there and get you a shot of liquor. Watch a little TV, get comfortable, get ready for bed, and tomorrow's a new day. And then boom, phone call comes in. Hey, I think they said 14 clicks, 14 miles, whatever she said. 14 minutes. I just remember 14. And next thing you know, I'm scrambling to get dressed and roll out in the rain. Hit the ATM machine because I don't have enough to pay for the van. Obviously I have to pay for all that and give them some money too. And but I could have went on today and loaded up on some money just in case. But the realistic side of me said it's raining, they're not coming. The optimistic side of me stayed dressed all day, but I didn't go out in the rain to go get the money and get loaded up to pay the bills. So I roll out in the rain. Luckily, I got a tune out of that trombone. Trombone did me right. And hooked up with a trike driver. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate everything that you did for me tonight, man. Just dealing with the drama. And, rolled over there, tried to make a smooth handoff. But it never works like that. A little bit of drama. Scorn women. They want their attention. They want their time. They want to look important in front of their friends, create a stir, cause you problems. And then once they do that, and then give them some time just to say what they're gonna say and do what the hell they're gonna do. And at that point, then it's how much money can I get out of this dude? It's just life. So you let them do the drama and the threats and all the horse shit, and then give them some money, and then finally they go away. But women the world around. I don't, I don't want to say they're the same, because there's totally different mentalities. Unless you're not getting along with that woman. So that's what's going on, folks. I'm on top of the world, regardless of the drama and how much cash I had to shell out. That's all irrelevant. My little girl's here. Haven't seen her in months, and I mean it's late. I think it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30. Got her settled down, got her in bed and everything, and then I was like, all right, I gotta have a drink just to kind of cool down, decompress. Get settled down. And a few minutes later, the door opens. She comes out here. We've been playing soccer in the living room. She's been going through all the books, playing with the toys, watching Coco Melon. We just been chilling. And while I'm sitting here, I guess she got tired. She just went back in the bedroom. She's going to sleep. Folks, it's just wonderful. Got my baby girl and my baby boy here. I'm on top of the world right now. I'm on top of the world. Life is good. It ain't exactly perfect, but it's damn good right now. I always talk about, life is short. No guarantee you're going to be here tomorrow. That's fresh in my mind all the time. I mean, you got to prepare for the future, but you always have to understand that you may be here today and you might not be here tomorrow. You got to make every day valid. You got to make it count. I live it to the extreme because I live every day as though it were my last. Most people don't understand that, but your life experiences are probably much different than mine. And that's just due to profession, profession and experience, age. So I look at it at life a lot different than most people. I look at death different than most people. Even though I've accepted it, I know it's inevitable. I'm not worried about it. At the same time, when the Grim Reaper comes, I'm gonna kick that motherfucker in the nuts and take off running. My dad's the same way. We're not going down easy. So, that motherfucker might catch up to me in 3 years, whatever, but I'm gonna buy myself 3 or 4 more years because I'm not going down that easy. I get off on tangents all the time because that's just who I am. When I'm drinking, thoughts just pop into my mind, my mouth starts running. Spit out philosophy mixed in with my everyday life and experiences. Maybe you get something out of it. Maybe you just enjoy listening to the craziness because your life is not as tumultuous. Now see, I could use a choice of words there. I could say tumultuous. I could say, maybe your life is calm. Maybe your life is outright boring. Maybe your life is you're content. It's all about what perspective you're looking at it from. And beauty is in the eye of the beholder. One man's junk is another man's treasure. All that stuff. But that is true because it's all about the perspective of how you look at it. So all I can do with you is share with you my perspective on life and how I look at things. And obviously, you have a very close insight to how I lead my life and have had for several years now. So that's what's going on, folks. My Maria Mercedes is home with me. And I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. It's like, what do we do first? This darn rain, I wish it would stop. And if it don't stop, then we're just going to load up and displace wherever we can go where it ain't raining. I don't care. Whether it's going to the beach, going to the mountains, Shit, I don't give a damn if we gotta go to Angeles City and hang out for a week to get away from this rain so the kids can go outside and play. You know, without dealing with this damn monsoon. It's gotten old at this point. If you haven't already guessed that. Speaking about how good life is, ups and downs. I looked in the cooler, all the ice is melted. That was bad. But I did have one San Mig Light when I thought I was out of beer. I'm talking a roller coaster of emotion right there, just looking at my damn cooler. So I said, wait a minute, I think I got another bag of ice up in the freezer. Opened it up, sure enough. Just fresh bag of ice, hard as a rock, frozen, solid, staring at me from the freezer. I was like, my goodness. I can make another Jim Beam and Coke. I got ice. Right below the ice, what did I see? What did my eyes spy? 2 whole chickens. 2 whole chickens frozen. Just like loaded up. You know what I mean? Just like loaded up. Like 3 rounds for a big gun just waiting to go off. Just loaded up there, you know? Like, you know, 155 chickens up in there. I was like, damn. Life is pretty damn good when you got 2 frozen chickens. And I think we got a couple kilos of rice. And the vegetable drawer in the bottom of the ref is filled up. I said to myself, my goodness, life is good. Somebody's waking up. Maybe I'm talking too loud. Not really, because the damn rain is so loud you can't hear nothing. You can barely hear what's going on in here, much less if you go to another room, you can't hear nothing. Hey, sweetie, you want some water? Here, get some mom. You thirsty girl. Going back to sleep? She just came here to get another drink of water and went back to sleep. Alright, come on back in here with Papa. Papa's just talking to this camera. You want to look at the books or watch TV? It's hard for her to go to sleep, folks. You know, first night. It takes a night or two to get adjusted, then she smooths back into things. And she never left from the last time. She's real good at adjusting like that, you know. And I grew up having stepmoms and had a stepdad and whatever, you know. So I've been down that road too. It just takes a couple days, you know, to adjust going to your dad's house with a stepmom and all that. And when you haven't been there in a while. So she'll be good. After tonight, she'll be fine by tomorrow. That's what's going on, folks. Let me take a break and hang out with her. Play a little football in the living room. You want to play football? All right, let's do it. Yeah, folks, sitting here hanging out with Maria. It's like, you know, where has the time gone? You know, it just seems like yesterday she was, you know, just a tiny little baby. And we were, hey, sweetie, come over here. And we were living, well, you know, I roam around, go back through the videos, but at the time, like the first time that this little girl came to stay with me, I was staying at Kokomo Suites, which was good because they had like a little kitchenette in there, right? And folks, it's been a long time since I've, you know, I'm an expert now. I'm a rejuvenated expert on babies and 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds. But at the time, it was coming around new. It was new to me. So luckily, we were staying in that place. They had a little kitchenette. So I'm over there boiling bottles, making bottle soup. Sterilizing the bottles. I was boiling all her bottles. Because her mother, brought her there, stayed a couple days, and then left. It was just me and her. I was waiting for the old lady to come up from the village. So it was just me and Maria. So here I am, old pirate looking at 50, and just me and my newborn daughter hanging out over there, and I'm over there boiling bottles, making bottle soup, doing everything I knew to do from experience way back in the day. And I had a routine down. I mean, once her mother, disengaged and left out, it was just me and her. For a while there until the old lady come up, I had this routine. Everything was just like clockwork. I had an assembly line, had everything set up. I was sitting there, and maybe some of the old videos show it. I don't know what I have to go back and look at them videos. But I was basically holding a bottle, because the room, they have a recliner in there. So I would kick back in that recliner with the laptop, and I'd be editing videos and basically working on the laptop. And I had her laying on the bed, and so I was holding a bottle with one hand and I was like editing with the other, like true multitasking. And we just chilled. And then finally, the old lady came up from the village. Me and her went to the airport, picked her up. And it was kind of funny because, like, when I was by myself, I had this routine down and I had this flow about making bottles, boiling the bottles, disinfecting the bottles, changing diapers, giving her a bath. I had this flow down. I knew where everything was. It was easy. And then, like, once I got other people in the mix helping out, I didn't know where shit was. I didn't know what they had done. It made it harder for me to take care of a newborn. It was much easier when it was just me, believe it or not. Because, I had my flow. I knew where everything was. So anyhow, it's just like yesterday that me and her were holed up in the Kokomo Suites. Sweetie, don't take that juice in there. Have a million ants, baby. It's just a story of life. Things change. Kids grow up. People get old. It's all just part of life. I don't know if you can hear that rain, but it is coming down so hard now. You just can't hear nothing. This audio might be terrible and this video might get scrapped. I hope not. This little Rode Video Micro is doing pretty good to fight through all this rain noise. But if I was trying to talk to you on the cell phone, all you would hear is like a freight train because of that rain hitting the roof up there. Folks, these kids love Oreos. They love Oreos. And what they do, they crack the Oreos open. What do? They eat the damn filling out of the Oreos. And then you're left with nothing but the crust. I mean, I'll be honest with you. The filling in the Oreos is delicious. The knockoff Oreos here, the filling is equally delicious. Maybe even more delicious in a knockoff Oreo. I don't know how these things happen, but they do. And these kids love the Oreos. But they especially love that filling. I think Maria is working on her like 6th, 7th Oreo. Yeah, that's too many cookies at 2 in the morning. For all you parenting rangers out there, policing me up. Yeah, that's too many cookies early in the morning. But you know what? When you haven't seen your kid in several months and they want cookies on the first night here, it's not the time to enforce the damn major food groups. Just give them the Oreo. Let them eat the Oreos. Welcome home. That's what you got to do. So she can eat Oreos all night. Now tomorrow night, we'll get back on a appropriate diet. But right now, all the Oreos she wants to eat. That's the way it's gonna be. That good juice? Yeah, that's good orange juice, huh? Delicious. Put your juice there. We getting cookies everywhere. And that's another reason I like to stay up, you know. At least for the first night when she gets here. If I go in there and crash out, you know, Fatima sleeps like a damn log. I mean, like she's just dead to the world. You know, 4th G's racked out. If I go in there and start sawing logs, you know, she gets up and she wants something to eat or something to drink, or, you know, needs to go to the bathroom. She, you know, new place, new routine, whatever. She don't know where things are, or what the routine is. So I like to stay up, you know, just kind of be here. You know, the lights are on in here. I'm sitting here. I'm up. I'm at them. So if she wakes up and needs something, she knows I'm sitting right out here. And then once she learns the routine, all right, you know, if I'm sawing logs or whatever, she, you know, she knows how to come in here and, you know, leave a cup of water over there, and leave a juice box ready to go. Well, you know, whatever. So she knows what's going on. Has everything she needs. That's just what I like to do. I know a lot of you out there listening to me. You guys have been through divorces, you've been through custody battles, you've been weekend dads, like we all get relegated to in the States. A lot of you guys have been there. It's a hard thing to do, you know, not to get to see your kids every day. Oh yeah, I was talking about them chickens in the freezer. So Fatima says, so what, you know, how are we gonna cook dinner? What are we gonna cook for dinner or whatever? She said, just go buy some lechon manok. You know, grilled chicken over at the place over here. I'm like, baby, we got chickens here. We've already got chickens here. Why I need to go buy lechon manok over there? I got 2 chickens here. Let's cook. I said, give me some reasons why I got to go buy a lechon manok. And this girl came up with like reason number 1. You know, well, if you go buy the lechon manok tonight, then we still have the 2 chickens for tomorrow night and the next night. I was like, okay, Captain Obvious. But a valid point. Alright. What's the next one? Well, if you get the lechon manok, I don't know, something, I don't even know what the hell she made up. And then she got the 3rd point. She said, well, if you get the lechon manok, it's because I think it tastes delicious and I want to eat that tonight. And I'm like, why did you have to come up with 2 excuses / reasons / bola when you could have just said, I really got a craving for lechon manok over at the roast shop. But she went down this rabbit hole to give me all these reasons why I needed to go buy the lechon manok over at roast rather than cooking. See the stress I'm up against. So you know we're lightening the load on our loadout plan, our packing plan, our travel plan. If you haven't read my website, you know I talk about the 2 suitcase rule. And you know I already was living by that philosophy, but I was not the one who basically phrased the concept. I don't even know the guy who basically said never own more shit than you can put in 2 suitcases. Now, I sort of was living by that mantra But that quote came from a friend of my buddy Jim's. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, man. I hope you're doing well. We had some good times back in the day, man. And you told me about that. It came from a buddy of yours, and I got no idea who the buddy is. But you passed that on to me, that your buddy had a philosophy that said never own more shit than you can put in 2 suitcases. So I give credit to that unknown gentleman, but he's a friend of my buddy Jim's. I still live by that. And you might look around and say, man, you got all this crap, whatever. You're not living by the 2 suitcase rule. Well, yes and no. Yes, I am, because there's only 2 suitcases full of shit that are pertinent if I had to displace if the fucking heat is coming around the corner. Everything else is expendable here. Okay, you saw all the gear and shit that we'd acquired, you know, through the camping trips, whatever. It was easy to liquidate. We just gave it away. Boom. There you go. Lighten the load by like 700 pounds worth of gear. Truckload of shit, right? So everything in my life, aside the stuff that will fit in 2 suitcases, you know, belongings, property, clothing, gear, whatever. Anything outside 2 suitcases worth of stuff is expendable. And if you follow me through the years, you know, I go out and buy bamboo furniture and tables and stuff like that. When I rent a place, I like to rent a place. Well, I typically rent a place unfurnished because it's cheaper or whatever, and I just go buy some bamboo furniture to stick in there. It's cheap. I stimulate the local economy, and then when I move, I just give the bamboo furniture away. You know, it's not coming with me. And so that's what I've done here. You know, our place is unfurnished. Went and saw my man Johnny up at Johnny's Bamboo Shop, Johnny and Jelly. Ordered up some folding tables, wood shelf, some bamboo. Boom, the place is furnished. Okay, don't think that when I move, all this crap is coming with me. No, this shit's getting given away to somebody. So I am living by the 2 suitcase rule, but I'm not. But you have to see the overall vision. If the heat comes around the corner, I don't give a shit about none of this stuff. It's all expendable. It's in my life temporarily. There's no sentimental value. There's no, reason for me to drag this stuff around. Now I will drag that TV because the kids like watching the Coco Melon on it. It's better than having to stare at an iPad at like 6 inches from the face. But people have asked me, hey man, you must have got away from your 2 suitcase rule. Well, smoke. Yes and no. Yeah, I got more stuff here that'll fit in 2 suitcases. But if I got to pick up and leave, I'm taking 2 suitcases. The rest of this shit can just get given away. See how that works? But anyhow. Never own more shit than you can put in 2 suitcases. That is sound advice. If you wanna live a better life and just have no stress, be able to displace at a moment's notice. If you see the heat or some fucking crazy ex-girlfriend coming around the corner trying to cause you shit, you grab them 2 suitcases, jump in a fucking tractor, boom, bounce up out of it. Just roll. Man, here come the rain again. I can't even hear myself think. I don't even know what the hell I was talking about. Because now I'm listening to a million fucking raindrops beat down on this tin roof. Like aggressively, like brutally. Like it's telling me, hey, you got to go out and buy another pair of rubber boots. I keep threatening that I'm going to do a video and I'm going to tell you guys what a little birdie told me about my missing shoes. Over a year ago we moved to the penthouse suite. go back and look at some of those videos. But basically, we lost a huge bag of shoes. It had 40, 50 pair of shoes. All the old lady shoes, the baby shoes, my brand new rubber boots, a pair of Merrells. Now, luckily, by the luck of the draw, they didn't get my Red Wing boots made in the USA. If they had got those, I would have launched a full-out investigation to find them. But I didn't. What I was going to do is put some reward posters up and just fuck with people, make it entertaining. And I said, you know what? No, just let it go. I let it go because I knew at some point in the future the word would circle back around to me and tell me who got my shoes, what happened, what the chismis was. I just had to wait. Because at the time, all I knew that from point A to point B, the new place, the shoes come up missing. We didn't know if they stole them off the trike or what have you. But a little birdie told me what happened on that. And I'm gonna save that story for a dedicated video. I'm gonna put you in suspense, and you have to wait until I do a dedicated video about what a little birdie told me about what happened to our shoes. The mystery is basically solved. I know what happened to them. But I'm not going to tell you now. I'm going to make you wait. I know. I'm a horrible person. But it'd just take a video to explain it and the dynamics and everything else that what I have to do. I have to set the stage, tell you what happened, and either explain the culture to you and then tell you what happened to the shoes, or tell you what happened to the shoes and then explain the cultural aspects and the dynamics of it. Maybe that's giving up too much information. But it's going to take a 30-minute video for me to make you understand the saga of the missing big-ass bag of shoes. And it's going to piss some of you off. It's going to piss some of you off when I talk about it. Especially all the Phil-Ams living in America who have never lived in the Philippines but defend the culture and the country till the end of time, but you've never lived in the Philippines, so you don't know shit about the Philippines. Technically, I guess you are a Phil-Am, but if you lived in California your whole life, no, you're a fucking American. You're Californian. You ain't never lived here. A lot of you ain't ever came here before. You don't even have a fucking passport. You ain't never been to the Philippines, Jack, but you're gonna lecture me and send me colorful messages and emails about disagreeing with my assessment of things. But did I mention you ain't never fucking been here? Where are you sitting? In California. Where am I sitting? In the Philippines. Anyhow. That video is probably going to piss a lot of people off. But it's the saga of the missing shoes. A little birdie told me what happened. You have to explain the cultural aspects of it to understand why and what happened. Stay tuned. Stay in suspense to find out what happened to our big ass bag of shoes. So the old lady likes watching what she calls killer movies, right? Movies about serial killers or stuff like that. She likes watching documentaries on that. I don't know, she just finds it fascinating in many ways because she can't figure out why these serial killers, did what they did. because shit like that don't happen really as much as it does in America. Like, America is the leading country of serial fucking killers because we're the most craziest, fucking drugged out, whacked out, you know, stressed out, if you want to say fucking stressed. Americans aren't fucking stressed, really. Everybody's stressed about their fucking work and their goddamn TPS reports, but they're not starving and they don't got to worry about going hungry. Just look at how fat we are. So, anyhow, the old lady likes watching this shit about documentaries about serial killers. She just don't understand it. You know, why does this guy kill all these people? Well, he's fucking whacked out of his mind. I don't know. So anyhow, she likes watching that stuff. Me, I like to watch shit about advanced propulsion systems and, you know, alien life and stuff like that expands your mind. A new propulsion system that the U.S. Navy has a patent on, which is basically alien technology reverse engineered with element 115 and blah 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 blah. Okay, back to the serial killers. She loves watching that shit, so I scroll through, I'll find her one when she sits down and want to watch it. We watched one tonight about some YouTube kid. I say kid, he was a young kid when he started posting YouTube videos. And this fucker kept just getting crazier and crazier and crazier. I'm gonna make a long story short. It was a long ass documentary. He keeps getting crazier and crazier and crazier with his YouTube videos and just basically subliminally spelling out what he's gonna do. He's gonna take some action and do something. He's basically telling the whole world. And at some point he like claims he's a woman in a man's body and that a cartoon character that he's created is telling him to do this shit. He's going out of his fucking mind, and he ends up going to a supermarket, blocking all the doors. It's a place where he works. He blocks all the doors, gets on his phone, hits post on like the last crazy ass videos explaining what he's doing, sends out some fucking tweets, and then pulls out a Mossberg pump and goes to work and kills all his co-workers except for one. Some chick escaped. He let her leave. She escaped. So he killed like 3 or 4 people. I don't even remember the fucker's name. But just watching these clips of this dude just like getting crazier and crazier and crazier, talking about the shit he's gonna do and talking about this and talking. And you know, hindsight's always 20/20. And you know, I don't know what the people around him thought. It's easy to watch a documentary and say, hey, what's obviously this kid was fucking crazy. And I think his mom took him to buy him 2 shotguns. Like, why would you buy some crazy fucking Call of Duty shithead video game playing bastard, lazy motherfucker, 2 goddamn Mossberg 500 pump shotguns? It's beyond me. And subsequently, that's what he killed them people with. Anyhow, crazy ass documentary, crazy ass story about some crazy ass Call of Duty shithead killing innocent people. And Fatima asked me the question, why did he do that? I'm like, baby, I'm tell you the same shit I told you on every other documentary about serial killers that you watched. I don't fucking know. They're just fucking batshit crazy shitheads, and they decide to take their frustrations out, you know, and the fact that they're fucking losers in the game of life, and they elect to take it out on fucking innocent people. I don't know. You know what I mean? I mean, this little motherfucker's sitting in his mother and father's basement out, you know, they're out working, trying to make a living, and he's creating cartoon characters that he claims are fucking talking to him, and his life is stressed. So he's fucking nutcases. Absolute, just a fucking Call of Duty shithead nutcase. That's all I can tell you. But she always just wants to know why they do that. Folks, there's violence all around the world, but the serial killers, America, We are home to the motherfucking whacked out serial killers, mass murderers, all that shit. America's a home of that. You don't see that outside of America. You see it, I mean, rarely, occasionally. You know, killings are either political motivated, domestic related. There's a reason for it. You know what I mean? I mean, prior to these lockdowns and all this Halloween project shit we got going on, you go to a movie theater in Southeast Asia, you don't worry about somebody going in there shooting the place up. You go to a church, you don't worry about it. You go to a fucking school, you don't worry about it. Supermarket, you ain't worried about all that shit because it don't happen. Where's it happen? Good old US of A. Call of Duty shitheads. Fucking just losers at the game of fucking life. Going out doing this violence on innocent people. I don't even know how I got started talking about that other than the fact that the old lady likes watching. She calls them Killer Killer. Watch a Killer movie or documentary or whatever. She's just fascinated with the why. Why do they do that? You know, she's an innocent girl from the village. Shit like that don't happen in the village. I don't know how long I've been sitting here talking to you guys, but my whole crew is asleep. I've got the air kind of running in there, kind of drowns out some of the rain noise. Oh shit. Had a case of the 12-second coronavirus. I'm okay now. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm catching it a second time. Make that the 18-second Halloween virus. So, I don't know how long I've been talking to this camera. And God damn. Just tested positive for the Halloween project 3 times in 32 seconds. Fuck. Let me check myself now. I'm negative now. So, I've been talking to this camera for a while. I've been talking to you guys for a while about various topics that may or may have not inspired you or have any basis or relevancy on your life or what you got going on in the world. But you know, sometimes like in this entertainment game, YouTube is an entertainment game. You think people aren't interested in stuff, and they will watch that video from front to back. You can tell all these metrics because all the metrics are right there staring at your face. You know, how much watch time people watch, the percentage of watch time, you know, everything. Who watched your videos or demographics. You know, this video gets 25% watch time. So you know, I mean, you know right off, people don't watch all of your video all the time. There's no 100% watch rate on every video. It just varies. But like you think about sometimes the video that you're doing might be too long. But then you go look at some of these podcasts that guys do that are 2, 3, 4 hours long on a podcast. So a podcast is the same as a talking head video. I mean, I guess a podcast you have guests, but even a talking head video you can have guests. I don't know what the fucking difference is between a podcast and what I'm doing right now. If I have Fatima sitting in the chair next to me, I can call it a podcast. Because the scenery don't change. We're just talking about various subjects. And so you're basically listening to the audio. This is a podcast. You can black out the screen. Just listen to my voice because the scenery ain't changing. The hair on my tits ain't gonna grow out that fast where you see any difference about the video part of this video. Does that make sense? So when I feel like just talking about shit, I just hit record, go to work. You can always hit the pause button or do whatever you want to do. But like these guys hitting 2, 3, 4 hour videos or podcasts or fucking live streams, and they get a lot of views. Hey, some people like the longer content, the longer show. Cause I don't even know what content means. This is a show. They like the longer show. So I could probably pick about 3, 4 more topics to talk about. But this damn rain beating down and that noise in my ears, I think I'm just going to call it a day. I'm going to throw in the towel today. And probably just go in there, try to get some sleep where the aircon will drown out the freight train noise of the rain hitting this tin roof. My goodness. I'm ready for this rain to go if you ain't already guessed that. But you know what it is? Everybody think, oh, it's climate change. Well, it is climate change. Not the climate change that they've branded. Climate change they've branded means that everything has to do with man. Nobody studied a fucking minute of history to realize that this earth has heated up and cooled down multiple times since 4.6 billion years ago when it was formed. You know, humans been around about 2 million years. It's not our doing that the earth is heating and cooling. Okay? It has to do with the earth and the sun. What we're doing here don't even scratch the paint on a brand new car with a key. We're not scratching the paint. It has to do with the sun and the earth. Okay? Ice ages versus point in time where the earth is so fucking hot it kills 80% of the 80% of the life on earth. I mean, even in the oceans, 80%. Man didn't have nothing to do with that. That's all nature. So I can say, oh, this rain is climate change. Well, the earth's climate is always changing, regardless if man is on the earth or not. So it's just a bullshit marketing term. But you could argue, you know, there are stations around the world. Various governments have these stations. The United States government has a station. It's called HAARP. What's it called? High Altitude Auroral Research Project. I think it's up there in Alaska. Shit, I've been drinking, so I might be a little bit off on my facts. But basically what it is, a big electricity transmission station using Tesla technology. They're beaming electricity up into the atmosphere, say the ionosphere, to a certain level to where it's like a microwave. They're basically beaming this shit up in the air and microwaving certain parts of the atmosphere, which heats up the jet stream. If they heat up the jet stream, the son bitch either goes up and down, and that just totally changes the weather patterns. What scientists have said about this research is that they don't know what they don't know. It's just an absolute just guess. Let's fucking heat up this section for this long and see what happens. Next thing you know, you got a fucking, 8 goddamn typhoons and 3 hurricanes that they've spun up because they don't understand what the fuck they're doing. You don't believe me? Just look up HAARP, H-A-A-R-P. And did you know that there was a treaty? There was a treaty in place about weather manipulation before we had the technology to manipulate the weather. The treaty basically says that no country can manipulate weather patterns that will become permanent, and it's something has to do with warfare. You can't manipulate the weather. I don't know. It's all this treaty that was signed, I don't know, back in the 50s, 60s, whenever it was signed, that had to do with weather manipulation. And this was signed even before we came up with the technology to manipulate the weather, which they have now. It's a device, a project, a place called HAARP, HAARP. If you want to do some research on it, check it out. Jesse Ventura actually went up there one time on one of his shows. You know, tried to get some information. They told him to screw off. But weather manipulation experiments, you know, the U.S., China, Russia, I don't know, there's probably less than a dozen countries that have those projects. But they're using Tesla technology, shoot that shit up in the atmosphere, heat up the jet stream like a microwave oven, you know, 80,000, 100,000 feet up, however they dial it up, where all this shit just shoots the energy up there. And you wonder why the weather's changing. It's climate change. It's like stating the fucking obvious, Captain Obvious. The climate on this planet and every planet is constantly changing. It will always constantly change, because the output from that star that those planets orbit, it's not like a fucking temperature knob on an oven. It's not a digital temperature knob where you can keep the temperature at 350.2 degrees. It fluctuates. There are solar flares. There's so many differences and variables that climates are going to change. Okay? Why do you think Antarctica is covered in, what, 4 kilometers of fucking ice? Did it have anything to do with man? No. Okay, is there a buried civilization underneath the ice in Antarctica with probably alien technology, or technology so far fucking advanced that we don't even understand it? Absolutely. Look that shit up too. I want to thank everybody for joining me on this rambling video in the middle of the night while I listen to the monsoon rain, drink my beer, make sure my crew's settled in good for the night. I want to thank you for joining me on this video. Sound like a broken record when I ask you to subscribe. You know, bottom right hand corner of your screen, hit that Overstay Road sign right there. Smash it, and then ring that bell like Rocky. Yo, Adrian! It's me, Rocky. Who's that ringing that bell? If you don't subscribe and ring the bell, how are you going to know when I post new videos? Do you see anything up there in my profile that says new videos every Thursday at 9 p.m.? No. Because I haven't worn a watch in 10 years. The only watches I own are broken. They're set for 5 o'clock. Well, about 5 minutes till. So I use them as jewelry pieces. When I look down, it says 5 minutes to 5. This makes me think it's quitting time and it's time to drink beer. I don't live by the clock like I used to. Don't mean I don't do a day's work every day. Don't mean I'm not hustling. Just means I don't live by the clock. So therefore, if you don't subscribe, you're not going to know when I post a new video, because it's random. It's whenever I feel like it. If you don't ring that bell, it's not going to go bing. Oh shit, man, he posted a new video. You're not going to know that either. Why do I have to explain this? It's like being Captain Obvious. Obviously, you've been watching YouTube for years. And I'm fucking telling you how to subscribe. You're like, shut the, you dumb. I know how to subscribe if I want to subscribe. You ain't got to tell me. That's our generation, my friends. Our generation is like big boy rules. Big, pull up your big boy pants. If you want to fucking subscribe, you know what to do. But for people who are younger than me, my generation and older, they gotta be fucking led around and told exactly what to do and help them and tell them they're wonderful people, and it's a different generation. And so the demographics, not the demographics, but the the statistics from what I have read say that nobody will subscribe to your channel unless you ask them 3 times throughout the video. You gotta ask them 3 times to subscribe. Now, those are not my metrics, they're just metrics, other people's metrics. And when I started asking people to subscribe on my channel, I seemed to start growing subscribers at a greater rate, much greater rate. Maybe there's some truth to it. So that's why I always ask people to subscribe. Personally, I don't think I should have to fucking ask you or explain it to you. You didn't just join YouTube today. You're subscribed to other channels. You know how to do it. There's a fucking button that says subscribe. It's pretty self-explanatory. But that's the mentality of my generation. My generation is, shut the fuck up, motherfucker. I know how to subscribe. What do you think, I'm an idiot? So I got mixed emotions about going that route. But, obviously you do trial and error. If it's working, okay, roll with it, even though it might sound ridiculous, right? Anyhow, how many times is that? One more time. Just fucking hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers by Christmas. I never thought I would get this far, but now I'm looking at 100 grand by Christmas. One of the reasons that folks, you can't look at me and what I do on YouTube and use that for an example about anything. I posted over 850 videos and we're at 34,000 subscribers. I'm thankful for that. I never thought I'd get that far. But a lot of people will post 50 videos and have 3 times the amount of subscribers. So I don't know if I'm the shining beacon of success about how to grow subscribers. I'm just an old pirate looking at 50. I know how to fucking hit record on a camcorder, on a camera, on a cell phone, and start talking while I'm drinking. That I know how to do. All this current day, social media etiquette and all, I got no idea about that. Don't give a rat's ass. That's me and my generation, because we grew up basically without computers and without social media. So for us, it's like a toy. Anyhow, what I was saying, this YouTube game, I've got the 34,000 subscribers, and I'm not on Facebook. I can't stand Mark Zuckerberg. I gave up Twitter, Instagram. Don't give a fuck about any of those platforms. Don't tweet no more. Don't post Instagram. Haven't in years. Can't stand Mark Zuckerberg. And then that dude on Twitter looks like a fucking wizard. I can't stand that dude either. Anyhow, I guess what I'm saying is, I'm just putting a fact out there. Growing this channel without myself actively working Facebook or everything else. In the early days, yeah. And then I was like, fuck this, years ago, I'm like, out of here. Which is not a shining beacon of success. If I worked Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, I probably would have a couple 100,000 of you fine folks out there. But I refuse. It's just not what I want to do. I don't like Mark fucking Zuckerberg. However, I probably will surmise that you are on Facebook, and you are on Twitter, and you are on Instagram, or whatever the hell else there is out there these days. So if I ask you, would you please share, it don't have to be this video, just share the link to the channel or share the link to your favorite video with all of your 100,000 fake ass virtual Facebook friends, if you want to call them that. And maybe I'll pick up a few subscribers on the back of Mark Zuckerberg. Get a free ride on the back of Mark Zuckerberg, that motherfucker. Or you can send out a tweet to your favorite video or the channel, and I would pick up probably another 1,000 subscribers just like that, thanks to that fucking wizard, the dude with a big ass long beard. He's trying to look like Duck Dynasty, but that shit's all thin and he can't get the girth like the Duck Dynasty folks. You know what I'm talking about. That skinny jean wearing dude looks like a wizard, trying to look like a wizard. Anyhow, tweet that shit out. See what happens. What's the other one? Instagram. Do a screenshot of my face right now. Post it on your Instagram channel. Hashtag sexiest motherfucker alive. Hashtag most interesting man in the world. Hashtag beard. I think if you did all those things, I'll be at 100,000 by Christmas. Alright, folks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you have a wonderful day or evening or in between, wherever you're at on this beautiful planet that we call the Earth. I will see you on the next one. And peace out, my friends. 'Cause I've been sitting here trying to find myself. I get behind myself. I need to rewind myself.